Hi, welcome back. This is our tip number 2 that we're going to be introducing today. We've already done some preliminary work, and one of the things that we want to look at today is using an eraser as a tool rather than getting into panic erasing. There's several different types of erasers that we can use, uh, such as a white eraser, a pink eraser, and we have kneadable erasers. And on the computer here, you can see that I've got digital erasers. When I'm creating an animated drawing, an eraser is something that's very instrumental in allowing me to be able to um, figure out where I'm going with the subject without getting into a mad rush of erasing and then trying to recalibrate everything again. Now, when it comes to drawing, an eraser can be a very valuable tool. And one of the aspects that it really helps in is in graphite drawings. In this graphite drawing that I did just outside Banff in October of 2006, the sun was going down, and I used the eraser in a couple of different areas to be able to enhance what light was still there as the sun was going down. And in the process of this composition, we even used the eraser in a couple of places to actually create negative spacing or negative lighting and show where the actual sun was. So one of the things that I'd like to share with you, a bit of a hack, is when we're looking at using an eraser, how do we use it as something that's a positive rather than looking at it as something to get rid of a mistake? Well, let's try and demonstrate a couple of things for you here. Um, we've got some photos here. I'm going to get my son Curtis to pick one out for me. He's going to grab one at random. Anyone will do. Okay, he's giving me a couple here. I'm going to take this one of the three that he selected for me. Now, in this particular scene, I'm looking at it from an aspect of, okay, what's one of the key elements that I want to get down on paper? And as I'm looking at this, what I'm going to do is I'll start drawing it out. And the way I'm going to draw it is in such a way so that I'll have to utilize the eraser to figure out, okay, where I'm going with this. Okay, so in this particular image, um, one of the things that I will often do is I'll decide which eraser is going to be my key one. And in this instance, it's going to be the Mars Stadler plastic white one. I've had this particular eraser for over 20 years. And as you can see, I haven't used much of it because it's used mainly to help augment the drawings rather than, um, change some of the mass mistakes that I might make. So in this particular thing, I'm going to look at um, a subject and just roughly try to capture some of the shapes here of it. And even though some of the things might not be working, the eraser is going to come in handy for me to be able to figure out, okay, if I've made a mistake in placement, where do I make those changes? Right now I'm just, as you can see, kind of drawing it upside down. And I've actually drawn some of these lines in their incorrect position. The reason being that I want to show you now, rather than getting in and just erasing, okay, I can utilize these lines and look at it and go, okay, instead of just quickly erasing it out of the way there, I can have that line help guide where the next line goes by using the eraser to help smudge some of these different areas, like so. And in case you're wondering, it's this subject here that I'm kind of looking at. So as I'm evolving the drawing, I know, for instance, that I have to make the body a little bit bigger. So I'm not going to erase that line. I'm going to draw the correct line first, and then I can come in this case I'm using the needle eraser, and I'm not taking all of the line out because I can utilize some of what I've left here for the creases of the clothes. So I'm using the eraser as a tool. So I hope this helps you moving forward. It's a little hack that we've learned over the years. Over the next series of tips, we're going to be showing you some various different things with composition. We'll get into painting, watercolor, acrylic, even colored pencil. And we'll be happy to share some other tips and hacks that can help you evolve as an artist. Thanks for spending your time with us.